You know, I don't always mercilessly slaughter my enemies. But when I do, I drink those Ekis. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are, good evening. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. A very merry birthday to you. Whatever it is, wherever you are. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be doing some things and possibly some stuff. Stay tuned. Because I can't. Way too cherry for an overkill video.
It's in my heart, and baby, down in my soul. You, baby, you can't take it no more. No, I know I'm walking out that door the way you treated me too many times before. I know I gotta keep you by my side till the day I die. 'Cause baby, ecstasy is in my hand. Oh, when I'm holding yours in mine and walking in the sand. Oh, baby, you know it's fine. Oh, now you done and piss me off. You ain't done something you shouldn't have done. Baby, I'm mad. I'm going on. Oh, I'm going on.
Good morning. Oh well, I've already screwed something up. No, it couldn't be too long before I managed. It's just amazing to me how freaking hot this house is, how chaotic everything is. Just Okay. Now look at my fancy professional studio. Almost there. Maybe there. Ah, fuck it, good enough. So, the fair is a wonderful orcas board. But we're not going to the fucking fair, are we? Today, we're gonna start the game here. In the middle of Meehan High Road, where I got to the point where I was like, you know, if I'm gonna tell people how I do this crap, if I'm actually gonna be useful in some way, I gotta go ahead and make the video now. I don't really feel like making a video, but I gotta go ahead and make it now. Who the fuck are these people that come in here and fucking watch the goddamn intro song and then leave as soon as I start talking? Like, I really want to know who the fuck these people are. What the fuck is wrong with you fucking people? You know, little YouTube trolls, little YouTube control bots, I just want you to fucking know something. Half the people that I've said are going to go to jail or run this shit have been indicted or fucking sentenced already. James, a real person. Oh my god, it's not just someone here to watch the intro video and then stop watching as soon as I... That's just weird, man. Like, every single time. Even on videos where, like, nobody joins me, I'll have, like, this person that comes in just for part of the intro song, and then when I start talking, they're gone. It's like, oh, did they just find this channel somehow, and, like, they really enjoyed the music, but then as soon as I started speaking, they were just like, who the fuck is this guy? Ah! You know? Is it like that? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? But, welcome, James. I know you enjoy the gaming broadcasts, so for those of my subscribers who do enjoy the gaming broadcasts, whenever I find something useful, I don't try to fucking spam and just put shit up like most people just fucking put shit up with this no sphere grade challenge, and they're just thinking of different shit to fucking put up on the goddamn internet for no reason. Well, I have, like, my unique talents and my unique ways of looking at things. And every now and again, I will think I figured out something, you know? I think I've figured out a little method to this madness. And maybe I should share it for posterity and what have you. And maybe I should never make that voice again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not something I should ever do. I'm not sure what character that was. It is a character. It's like vaguely ringing a bell, but not quite. Anyways, Captain Janeway. Wait, hold up. Captain Janeway sounds like Smeagol masturbating in a helium tank. Picture Captain Janeway's voice. If you're not scarred for life, you've never watched Voyager. You can't even hear her speaking just a regular sentence and then think of that analogy and not have a little priceless moment of hilarity. But anyways, I'll try to spare you the priceless moments of non-hilarity on this broadcast if I can. If I can. Today's already turning out to be an interesting day. Took a little 3-hour nap from... Oh no, I took more than a 3-hour nap. I slept maybe from about 9 to 2, so I took a 5-hour nap. Look at me, almost sleeping like a normal person. Now that I've came down with the fucking plague, which I'm doing pretty well symptoms-wise. Still, my nose is running just out of control, and I'm gonna have to mute it a few times during the broadcast to blow my nose. But woke up to some clogged filters, and that's always fun. But the tanks are looking overall pretty good. I did manage to do one, what was it, like a 5-gallon water change. And I'm planning on doing another one. I've got 3 gallons mixed up, or like 3.5 gallons mixed up. I did some water changes on the nano tanks this morning. Yeah, like, I'm a very different person from like the 20-something person in New Orleans that I used to be. I now wake up at 5 a.m. on Saturday mornings, you know, like, well, no. At 5 a.m., I'm already awake. And, like, the kids wake up, and, like, I hear them rustle at, like, 5 a.m., like, fuck you, I'm gonna wake you up. You're getting to work. We're gonna get shit done. And I went and siphoned the fucking gravel and cleaned out her protein skimmer. And there's a 2.5 gallon with one of the true perculas that I bred in the teenager's room right there. 2.5 gallons with a runt true percula. The fish is just tiny, like twice the size of a cigarette butt. You know, like, it's a tiny little fish. Not as tiny as Squirmy with the deformed jaw. By the way, Squirmy with the deformed jaw, my bedroom, my little nightstand fish. What's it been? 2 years now? He's 2. The fish that should not have lived. He's the size of one cigarette butt. Seriously, he's the size of a cigarette butt. He has 2.5 stripes. He has no lower jawbone. Like, he's got like a vertical facing mouth. Like, his mouth just kind of goes like this. And man, he's just a hearty little eater. He goes after that flake food. He can't take a pellet, but he can take some flake food. And bless his heart, he does whatever he can to eat as much as he can. He'll have like one flake food stuck in like the little fold in his mouth. My wife was cracking up because he had like a piece of flake food stuck in his mouth. And then he went and grabbed another piece before he managed to chew it down, and the other piece knocked in the other piece, so he like managed to get 2 bites. But he's just a great little fish. He comes up and says hi every single time you pass by the tank. And there is the codium, the type of caulerpa that I am now recommending as my official sanctioned, Sean Morris approved nano caulerpa. Okay, a caulerpa that you can put in a nano tank. Codium in that little 2.5 gallon is like the size of a dog's brain. It's grown into this big spherical mass, and it's not taking up any of the swimming space that the fish uses. So I'm not gonna break it out for now, but it's something. It's actually really beautiful. At Codium, the way it branches, it kind of looks like a bird's nest type coral. You know, it kind of looks like some kind of little fingering, branching coral. It has no leaves. It's just a very thick stemming plant. It's a very weird plant when it all comes down to it. It's a really weird fucking plant. But it has kept that little tank so stable. It takes a really long time, like 6 months, before it starts growing cyanobacteria. And even when it does start growing cyanobacteria, it doesn't destabilize the water chemistry enough to where the coralline algae, there's coralline algae in that little tank. It just never gets water changes, never gets supplements, never gets 2-part solution, nothing. It doesn't even have aragonite as a sand bed. I repeat, there's not even real sand in that tank. It's that, if you've ever been to Petco and get the little fine-grained freshwater sand, that's like not like silky smooth sand, but like kitty litter type, but like the pebbles are kind of like smooth looking. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the most generic looking, white looking sand, but it's not aragonite based. I don't know what the hell it is. If it is aragonite, it's the weirdest looking aragonite I've ever seen, but it's only like a Petco brand, okay? And I got that in there. It's like, you know, like what you'd buy for a reptile display. You know, like the white sand that you'd put in a reptile tank. Not meant for saltwater aquariums at all. The only explanation I have for how well that tank is doing is the Codium. It's got a little bit of live rock and an AquaClear 20 with a sponge fry filter. No carbon, no biomedia, nothing. I've got a $12 light off of eBay, which I'm glad to say is still for sale. I want to buy 100 of those things when I open my store, and I intend to sell a nano tank for every runt that I raise. Like, can I ask your opinion, James? From a marketing standpoint, you know how they have the fighting fish in their little bowls, right? That you buy, and it's horrible. Like some people actually buy those fucking things and keep them in those little bowls that they buy them in. And most people don't even do much better, even if they do transfer it into a bigger place. They just transfer it into a slightly bigger bowl, you know? To me, a fighting fish requires like a 10-gallon tank. Okay? That's... It's like so much of what is wrong with the world is summed up in those little displays, right? Just a bunch of fucking... the arrogance of humanity, just our irresponsibility, our fucking just total lack of focus on anything important. You know, I have trouble focusing on bullshit because I'm too distracted by important things, right? That's a different type of lack of focus. But you could see these poor little fish just sitting there in their little tiny bowls. But people buy them suckers up, man. You know they buy them up. They gotta sell like hotcakes. You know, they got to. You know how I know that they have to sell like hotcakes? Because I've been in the retail business, and I know the value of an end-cap display. Okay? I don't need numbers. I don't need to see their data sheets on this. Every time I've ever been into a PetSmart or a Petco, or generally speaking, a store that would sell that kind of thing, they have them, don't they? Right where you can see them, just a big row of them. 15 different, 20 different, 30 different, sometimes 50. Just a big end-cap display. An end-cap display almost every single time is where you find them little fighting fish. Why do people buy them? I think they buy them because of the problem with them. The reason why so many of them sell is because of that irresponsible buyer who thinks, I can just fucking buy that fish in its bowl. Oh wait, no, I can do a favor. I can do it a favor and put it in a slightly bigger bowl. Either way, you know, it's the idea that, well, there's that fish. It's happy in a little fucking thing. That looks really easy. It's a package deal. You know, it's clearly I don't need a heater. I don't need an air pump. It's an easy thing, right? Now, the consensus among saltwater people would be that there's no equivalent. And they'd be right. There's for sure, no direct equivalent to the little fighting fish in a bowl in saltwater. But wouldn't the same marketability apply? Now, granted, it's going to be a higher price point, right? You know, $100 versus $5. That's a very different price point. But wouldn't it be the same level, almost, you know, kind of a similar effect on marketability to have a 2.5 gallon nano tank in the store already set up with the fish in it? Filter, light, heater, rocks, sand, a piece of codium, and the fish. Even a little pipe, even a little piece of plastic pipe for the fish to sleep in. Or like I could probably buy some little like cute houses, and like the owner can pick the house. But I'm thinking like the equivalent in my store of an end cap display with probably up to, say, 6, maybe 9, you know, like rows of 3 on top of each other. But like a little display with the little runt clownfish that I raise in these little 2.5 gallon tanks. I've already proven that they're just maintenance free, damn near. And I think people could have a lot of luck and a lot of joy with them. What do you think? You think it'd be a good buy, good selling point? You know, I like to do updates on the Easy Reefer stuff whenever I do a gaming video, because otherwise there wouldn't be a reason to have gaming stuff on the reefing channel. But yeah, I don't expect like fucking people searching for Final Fantasy to ever see me. I mean, like, the fact of the matter is, the Google algorithm should be capable of recognizing the original content that I did provide when I provided it. And I should get recommended to people based on those types of things. And there's legit just people spamming Final Fantasy X all the time. You can probably find 100 different people streaming it right now. But this channel is for people who are looking for the real deal. Oh, people are live streaming. How are you? Betazoid. That outfit. Oh my goodness. The teenager has an outfit that looks like Deanna Troy's mom, Mrs. Troy from Star Trek. Hold on one second. Let me mute the microphone very quick. Well, this is awkward.
Sorry, I unplugged the camera because I am not graceful.
So we have company, but we don't have company because the company is just here waiting for their ride. God damn it!
Really, Katrina? Why are you doing this?
Well, this is going well. just kind of patiently waiting for the storm to pass before I lose my fucking shit. Anyways, now that my USB port is fucking sitting diagonally against the motherboard in here, looks like I've mostly fixed the camera stand. And wow, just so many things coming to mind that I can't even say. Because, well, it's none of your damn business. Jeez. That was more excitement than I intended when I thought, gee, why don't I make myself useful and try to provide some helpful information to the people who help me pay my bills. Silly me for thinking that. Anyways. So, I'm going to go ahead and play the little scene on here to get it the hell out of the way. While I adjust this crap.
Check it out. That sunset was different from the one I saw in Killica. It was quiet, almost gentle. What you up to?
Pretty.
Sure is.
I wish I could live in a place like this. Peaceful. Living with a smile on my face every day.
You can, once you beat sin, right?
But then, a new sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best summoner out there. Una, why does sin always come back?
Sin is our punishment for our vanity. And it will not go away until we've atoned.
How do we do that? What did we do that was so bad in the first place? Ah, was it using lots of machina or something? Oh, wait, was that such a bad thing, really?
It's funny. Ever since I was young, I never questioned it. But now that you ask me if it is that bad or not, I don't know. There are so many things I don't know.
Well, then we're the same. Oh, such thinking is very unbecoming of a summoner. Sound like Micah?
That's not very nice, you know.
You know, during a game, We have to take a blitz and nothing else, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
You can't think, that's a cute girl in the fifth seat from the right. And you can't be thinking about where you're going to go on that date, because the minute you do, that's when you lose. You see,
I'm a virgin.
What I mean is, you really shouldn't worry, you know? After we beat sin, that's when you can worry about the future.
I guess.
But Yuna, how are you supposed to beat something big like that?
The
A
final
large
summon.
stick.
Start at the bottom and keep chopping.
It's the only way to defeat sin. The only
Take the Ichigo Kurosaki approach. Just keep chopping from the bottom and eventually its head will be at your feet.
way. With it, we can call the final Aeon. That's the goal of the pilgrimage. The faith of the final summoning lies waiting in the far north to greet summoners that complete their pilgrimage. At the world's edge in Xanarkand.
By the restaurant at the end of the universe.
In Xanarkand?
I know this great diner at the end of the universe.
She means the ruins of a city destroyed 1,000 years ago.
When Jekt lit his fart at a restaurant.
You sure it's ruins?
That's what I've heard.
You'll see it for yourself soon enough. Yuna, come back inside.
One day there'll be a theme park there.
You will go with us to Xanarkand?
I'll go.
Why are they going to Uzbekistan?
I'll go to Xanarkand. To see it with my own eyes.
What, the labor camps?
I knew it couldn't be my Xanarkand. But I had to make sure.
But maybe it was my brother's Xanarkand. Because it couldn't be mine.
Oh, he needs some Sudafed. Okay. Oh, let me readjust the contrast. Why is... I tried to get the camera right. I really did. And I got the menu up. I'm going to go ahead and try again. I'm going to go ahead and call that adequate. Fucking good enough, whatever. So, how to overkill everything. Using the advanced sphere grid and a simple leveling strategy of basically using everyone in every battle. So instead of trying to get everything killed without taking a hit, you basically just swap each person and skip until you get to steal, and then you can just use everyone who gets steal and make sure everybody rotates through every time you go through the battle. Now, the important thing is you definitely have to use the advanced sphere grid to get to these kind of levels with all these characters. And of course, you have to win the first blitzball game. I'm going to go ahead and mention a little bit of blitzball strategy as far as like which of the players are the best ones to get early on, like the only ones that you need to spend money on at this stage in the game, so you can get attack reels. But typically, you will have to play a couple of league games, so you might wind up playing up to 5 games. So it's best to, instead of hiring a big team, hire just the 2. You only need 2 players to win. You only need to replace two of the Aurochs, and then you wind up with a pretty decent team. I'll talk about that later. For now, let's talk about these characters. Now, I have done virtually no grinding. Like, I've just kind of maybe done like 2 extra battles by each save sphere. No extensive grinding. And as you can see, the only 2 people that aren't, actually, no, the only person that doesn't have 1000 HP is Ishigo, or Titus, whatever. Now, I've experimented extensively with the different paths here. Okay? So I'm just going to go through them one by one and tell you exactly how I do them to get to the level that I'm at as early as I'm at it. And I consider this to be the best as far as, you know, just making the gameplay more fun, making the battles go by as efficiently as possible. And because overkilling the enemies provides more AP, helping you level up quicker, my objective has been to reduce the number of battles, to reduce the amount of grinding that it takes to get to the highest level possible. So you want to get to where each character can overkill. That includes the Aeons. You want to make sure your Aeons get powerful straight away, rather than going for all the individual abilities that each character comes with. If you focus around this center area, and then put all of the extra spheres that you get in strategic places to where everybody can get to them, you'll wind up with some really strong characters very early on. Now, Titus, or here I have my my ancient screen name, Nothin. He starts, where is it, here? I start out by moving him up, so that he can get to this 1 point of strength, which allows him to overkill the wolves in Besaid. I will typically do most of my early grinding to get him leveled up during those battles where the enemy is constantly regenerating with the little sin spikes, the little sin scales that come down and form little monsters. And every time you kill all 3 of them, more come back, like with the Sin Fin battle and with those first battles early on. And another good place is when you just have Titus and Riku together in the water. Sit there and harvest spheres until you get bored senseless. That's the first place where you really want to grind. You can save yourself a lot of other grinding by grinding there. And the reason why it's so good to grind right there is because, well, first of all, that's where your sphere grid opens up. So you actually can level up something right there. You know, it's the first opportunity to. But Riku can steal grenades, man. And every single one of those little stupid fish that you gotta kill you can steal another grenade from. And you can just keep on taking the damage and making the battles go by, you know, as long as it takes to steal from each one. Or you can just steal one and find a happy meaty ground, harvesting speed and power spheres. You will get some ability spheres. Basically, those different little grenade fish generate different random types of spheres. So you can get all your sphere harvesting all out of the way and get a bunch of grenades. And grenades are going to be very useful for a very large portion of the game, man. Like my stepdad said, when in doubt, throw a grenade in there. Like, hey, look, those are a lot of bad guys. Throw a grenade. Less bad guys. Anyways, so back to tedious. The objective in going up first instead of towards the center like most of them I have progressing is to get two things, namely haste and this 2 points of agility. Why agility? Most people who start out in this game don't really understand. Agility determines the number of turns that you get. So it doesn't really matter if you don't do anything else. If you have enough agility, you can do those weak attacks a bunch of times, you know? And with Titus, the extra agility helps him be able to cheer without it costing a turn. Like, so you'll go to special and select cheer and you'll see an extra turn pop up once you get this little 2 point of agility. And you can cheer up to 5 times, increasing the strength of Titus by 5 points. So at this point, that's up to like a 20% power increase. And he does a lot more damage. And you can, with that little point of agility, cheer 5 times during the first 2 little boss battles, the one with the Sin Spawn underwater and the one with the Blitzball Rush Machina at Luca. And cheer 5 times and Kamari can overkill that Blitzball Rush thing. And you cheer 5 times and your Titus Overdrive can overkill the Sin Spawn. One thing I will recommend about that little Sin Spawn battle while I'm at it, don't use an ether. Dark attack him twice, and then use his attacks to get Titus's overdrive filled. Spend your time cheering, that way it'll reduce the damage. Don't be afraid of that battle lasting a long time. Get it overkilled, get the extra CP, get the extra winning. I think you get an elixir if you kill it, and 2 elixirs if you overkill it. So, yeah, 2 is better than 1. But anyways, so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Go ahead and grab this 2 point defense right there. The logic being is to not have to go out of my way later when I come back up in this direction. I'm going to wind up coming back up in this direction to complete Titus. After going through steal and use and grabbing probably everything to this 2 points of attack, not wasting the time to go to spare change and past that. So I'm going to stop here on the 20 point mana, turn around. By the time I get there, I should be right around the time where I'll encounter this level 2 key sphere. And Aaron should be headed up this way, and then both of them will be able to progress down Ishigo's path, getting delay attack. Okay. As you can see, I got Arn right there, and I'll explain him in a minute. So after I get this 2 points, not getting the strength by 1 point, that'll just pick up on the way. Just gonna wind up clear sphering that crap later anyways. It's worth taking the single detour to get the HP right there, because at this point he's got the lowest HP. He's only going to have 520 HP, and he'll only have 520 HP until you get way the hell down here if you don't pick up that one little HP. And then it's only a 1 move waste, and then your next move is going to be on top of previously covered ground, so you'll be able to go here, and then here, and then you'll be back to covering new ground. And then I bring him where I bring everybody, to Lancet. Grab the 2-point attributes. I will sometimes get Dark Attack with him. I already have the Perfect Sphere Master trophy, so I don't really worry about cluttering up my menus. Wait, can I view trophies on here? Yeah, I can view trophies on here. You want to see my trophies, James? I just like discovered these. I was watching a video about the rare trophies that some people get. I'm like, oh, I actually have some of those, I think. Pretty sure I've done that. So I went and looked, and yep, I got some freaking trophies. Final Fantasy X, we have 86%. That seems pretty high. Let's see, any of these interesting? Steal with Riku 200 times? Oh, that's nothing. Underwater dates, you know. You get a trophy for that? You get a trophy for just shit that happened.
Entitlement generation.
The Jack shot. Yeah, it's the entitlement generation. I got a trophy for attendance. Pass all the Chocobo training. Defeat Unalesca. Defeat Seymour. Dodge 200 lightning strikes. We've dodged 200 lightning strikes on what? 8 different occasions?
Right.
Yeah, I think I might be the only person who's said to my wife, "Let's do this again."
And he's only gotten the death look about half the number of times. Which I guess makes me weird too.
Feel the pain. Anima. All about the money. Oh, you Jimbo. Obtain the Magnus Sisters. Is this legible? That's not even legible. There we go. Now it's legible. Buy every sphere? Is that the Lucas Theater? You know, I remember doing that, but I never remember watching it. Chocobo Rider. Oh yeah, 00. I am the Chocobo fucking master, man. 99 on the single attack. Really? Yeah. Under the table. 100,000 in Gil on bribes? Dude, I probably spent 100 million in Gil on bribes. Obtain all the Jek spheres. Deal 99,999 in one attack. Oh yeah. Oh yes we do. Chocobo Master, 5 treasure chests at the Remium Temple. Yes, I got 5 fucking treasure chests. That like, you actually feel like you accomplished something when you do that shit, because that is genuinely difficult. Holy crap. Sphere Master, complete a sphere grid for 1 character. Blitzball Master, unlock all slot reels. Oh, okay, yeah, the attack reels and all right, okay. So you get Waka's weapon, basically. Learn to use all enemy abilities. That was Kamari's Lancet thing. Summon Master, all Aeons. Weapon Master, all Celestial Weapons. Master Linguist, all 26 Albed Primers. Perfect Sphere Master. Complete the sphere grids for all main characters. Perseverance, defeat Penitence. Defeat Penicillin. Nemesis, Eternal Calm, and Eternal Calm is when you defeat Yu Yevon, and a Journey's Catalyst is when you watch Eternal Calm. Shouldn't that? Can you just switch those? Journey's Catalyst could be when you defeat Yu Yevon, you know? I was like, that's when you change things, right? And then Eternal Calm could be like Eternal Calm, because it's Eternal Calm, and that's the words that you just said. Anyways. So that's fucking fascinating, I suppose. But for now, we do not complete the sphere grid, because what I like to do is when it comes to the skills, I don't have any skills yet. He has no skills. I like to line it up to where when I go to skill, quick hit is going to be at the bottom on the left. What I can't stand is for quick hit to wind up on the right. Because then you got to go down and over 1. And, you know, quick hit should be done quickly. So, you know. Now, I got Waka and Kimari. Both have Dark Attack. I'm not worried about him having Dark Attack. I kind of like them to be like unique to their characters a little bit. And you know, even when I do my max leveling, until I'm ready for freaking penance, or until I need to fight the Dark Three Sisters, and even then, like, I'll, you know, not max out the magic on Nothen and Aaron and Waka, and I'll not max out the strength on Lulu and Yuna, you know. Just to keep them, you know, to their characters. And when it comes to the different little special attacks and status ailment infliction, I think really, you know, like Waka being the blitzball player, the blitzball players being, you know, poisoning each other and shit, right? And then Kimari being the one who learns the fiend abilities. Those two are the most character-oriented status inflictors. And they have slightly higher magic. In fact, Kimari, depending on the path you take him through here, Kimari can wind up with just as high a magic as Lulu. In fact, I've had games where I had Kimari with slightly higher magic than Lulu, which is weird. But anyways. So back to Tedious. Tedious is going to come back down through the center, collect these things here, and then after skipping Dark Attack, we're going to go this direction. I'm going to cut this way, pick up Steel the first time, Then I'm going to come down here, get this little 3-point strength. This is the HP Spear and the Magic Sphere from Luca. These are the 2 mana spheres from defeating the Ochu. And this is the Strength Spheres from winning the Blitzball game at Luca. He's going to pick up all of that before proceeding through Riku's stuff. And I have everybody just come and get a predefined selection of Riku's stuff before proceeding down their own paths, because what you'll notice about Riku's stuff is that there's a concentration of relatively high value spheres here. You've got HP, 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 and then you've got 3 points of agility, 2 points of strength, 3 points of magic, 2 points defense, 2 points accuracy, 4 points of agility. So if you're wondering how far to go, at least go that far. Get that agility right there. Luck? You'd be surprised how useful luck is. You can make a battle go by a whole lot more quickly doing twice the damage more often at random. And if you advance to a point where there's some kind of enemy that evades your attacks, luck makes sure you hit them. And it can be done like cheer, to where with agility it's an extra move, you know. But typically what I'll do is take everybody down to this MP right here and get this strength point. Just for expediency, because Lulu doesn't really need it, I'll probably only move Lulu to right here. She's not going to need that magic defense. She's going to wind up maxed out on magic defense, right? She's certainly not going to need that mana. She's going to have plenty of MP. And she doesn't need that strength, because, you know, throwing a teddy bear at stuff should not do damage. So, Yuna starts here, I think. And then immediately up to the left, grabbing the magic by 2, lance it, getting the strength, because without that strength right there, you don't overkill the Sinfin, I think, unless you have energy blast. There's another important thing for early overkilling. Energy blast. Before you leave Besaid, turn the fuck around and go back and go find the girl's dog. The best way to do this is to first go into the little store on the left, talk to the girl, don't buy anything, and then go immediately into the last hut on the right, and then the dog will be right there, and you will obtain something mangled and slobbery from the dog's mouth. That turns out to be Veilfur's Overdrive Energy Blast, which will do like 1,500 damage outright. After you get these 2 right here, it'll do 1,800 damage, and then it'll do like 2,500 damage, and then it'll do like 3,000 damage, or 3,500 damage. Now, to overkill the Kilika monsters, you have the Ochu, and then you have that sin spawn that's up on the steps. I don't know whether you need that, but I always get that before, you know, overdriving, whether I have to boost or whatever. I usually don't bother charging their overdrives, because you can just use boost a couple times, and if you time it right, just wait until you're damn near dead to overdrive, and it makes it, you know, more fun. So then Una, I'll typically have her come back down through here, and she will be the one who sets these spheres in place when we get to Luca. And then as we progress down the Mian High Road, you'll find that first level 1 key sphere that the guy gives you in the I think it's the 3rd section of Mian High Road. You have the 1 section with the 3 different guys that you get stuff from. Then there's a section with nobody. Then there's another section, and there's 2 guys that you get stuff from, I think at least, that are walking, and 1 guy that's still, 1 lady that's still. And then of course the kid. Don't kick the kid's ball. Do not be a mean person, kick the kid's ball. The kid will give you something. Get the thing from the kid. Then be a mean person and kick his ball. That's not very nice, Sean. Anyways, it's just a freaking program.
Programs have feelings too.
No, they don't.
Program lives matter.
My programs have feelings. Square Enix's not so much. Okay, so after you get your level 1 key sphere, then you can start stealing Arctic winds and potions and an occasional musk and high potions, I think, from the hard shell guys. But I think the main thing is the bomb cores and the Arctic winds from the bombs and the elementals. And then you move her up. Like I said, I just take them all through this stuff and land them on this mana point right here. And that'll give all of her Aeons that extra 2 points of strength, which will be, you know, very handy. You know, if it was 1 point, I'd say fuck it, but 2 points, it's worth going extra move for. Because when it comes to backtracking, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 moves, 4 moves. And then you're back where you started, and she can just proceed right to the null tides and everything before the Seymour battle. The Seymour battle is the first one where you really need those. So you're good to go. And then just proceed as normal for her. I do like to try to make my way to shell and protect as soon as possible, because those are all just freaking handy, man. Now Waka. Waka starts here, I believe. And then what I do is I move him to the left first to get the agility and the magic. The reason for the magic is so that his dark attack works more often. Okay? Reason for agility, obviously, he's the key to my lineup. Okay? To avoid being ambushed. Here, let me back this back up. I didn't even realize I was so far zoomed in again. Oh. Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Alright. So, just while I'm thinking of it, Nothin, Una, and Waka are going to have your highest abilities. Starting out 13, 9. See, Kamari's got 6, Lulu's got 5, Aaron's got 7, which he just did have 5, but he just got 2-point agility. But the higher your agility, the less likely you are to be ambushed. And the ambushes are determined basically on a virtual dice factor, you know, based upon your agility versus the encountered fiend's agility versus a randomizer. And barring random luck on their part, if you have higher agility than the fiends, you won't get ambushed. So by keeping Nothin, Una, and Waka in your lineup at all times until you get your initiative weapons, you get ambushed a whole lot less. And once you get to me and High Road, unless you leveled up considerably in Kilika, me and High Road can kill you outright in a single ambush.
Kill you a lot.
Kill you a lot.
Like, a lot. Like so much you're not going to be able to freaking believe it. That's how a lot you'll be dead. Like DED.
Like they're just normal freaking little fiends and they just kill the fuck out of you.
Over and over again.
But not me, because I take the time to triangle between battles and I'll reset up this lineup. And it's worth the extra trouble to avoid those freaking ambushes, man. Anyways, so back to the sphere grid. Waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka. Excuse me. Oh, the plague. Oh, the plague.
Yes, our whole entire house has been dealing with the plague over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I blow my nose out. I've been coughed my lungs up. Alright, I do apologize for the delay. I am only human after all. Ish.
Some days.
Mostly.
On your good days?
Is it the good days or the bad days?
Fuck if I know anymore.
Yeah, I don't really know anymore either. Anyway.
I peopled a lot today, that's all I know.
So, Waka, the agility for the lineup. Okay. Brings him from 7 to 9. Right off the bat. Out there in the little fishy pond.
Fishy pond, fishy pond.
Then, of course, he already has Dark Attack. And you're going to bring him through here. You're going to grab Lancet. Stop on the H. Don't bother with Extract Mana. You don't need it. You come down here, you grab the spheres that Una laid. And then he's going up through there to stop on the M. And then just back. Just right back through his crap. I have on some occasions chosen between him or Kamari and made one a medic instead. Like, instead of doing the thing with the different breaks and strikes, getting him because of his agility, because of his high agility, and because he's such a valuable player, without any kind of extra special thing. He's got attack reels. Attack reels is the most powerful attack in the game. You get him through Riku's stuff, all the way through. Just go all the way through Riku's stuff. Go up and get Mug with Waka. Okay. Then go down here, get Reflect, Protect, and Shell. Okay. Then you take him straight down to Triple Foul. Skip all the other shit. It's the only one he needs. Mug and Triple Foul. And being able to shell and protect himself in a battle and stay out there and keep fighting. Keeping that overdrive charged. Anyways, I don't know if that's funny anywhere, but in my household, I think it's just something my kids laugh at. Fat Waka. Anyways, so Kimari, which is also a form of flying soccer on bleach. Like, how would you?
Kimari?
Yeah.
Yeah, flying soccer.
Flying soccer.
Like soccer. Almost soccer and volleyball combined. But not really. No, it's soccer.
Or like ultimate. It's kind of like ultimate. It's ultimate soccer. It's ultimate flying soccer. Yeah. Anyways. But Kimari in this game is a some kind of a bastard child between a werewolf and a smurf that happens to have a unicorn horn. Only his is broken. See? Kimari. Like, how would you describe the species? It's like the aliens from Avatar mated with their dogs. I don't know, like he's like kind of a werewolf, but he's blue and he's got a unicorn horn. I don't know. Some sort of a Yeti, perhaps. Anyways, I'm just not really sure what he's a Ronzo. That's what they call him in the game. He's a Ronzo. Apparently that's a thing. Ronzo. Okay. We'll just go with that. Ronzo. I like fictional things. I like fictional things that are based in like myth and legend. And like if there's, as typical, probably something in Final Fantasy that relates to a myth or a legend that I just don't know about. It's probably not something they just made up. There are references to so many different myths and legends in Final Fantasy. There's like there's monsters named after mythological Norse beasts, you know, like Old English and Old Germanic and even Gaelic and like a Smirg. Smirg is definitely a Norse word.
What is?
Smirg. Anyways. But you'll have a lot of games that do stuff like that. Final Fantasy is just one of the first ones, you know. And I would say they've done it rather effectively. If you like to daydream about interconnected plots, Final Fantasy is such the series for you. Anyways.
Sorry, plague.
So, let's see. Kimari starts in the middle, obviously, because he's the Lancet man, right? You grab the little attributes. You come down here, you get in these fill-ins. And, you know, I focus a lot more on leveling up Titus, Lulu, and Yuna in the beginning. So, Waka and Kimari have had about the same number of terms, it looks like. But Kamari's a little further ahead because Waka did a little bit of backtracking, and Kimari starts right in the middle. But as you can see, Lulu and Yuna, you know, I make a point of using them a lot because, well, Yuna's Yuna, and Lulu's so low on HP and becomes really useful around the middle of the game there. And if you're clever, if you can do the Chocobo treasure chest at Rimium Temple, you can give her a magic boost 1 MP cost weapon before you fight Unalesca. And you know, you buy that one from Owaka as you're climbing Gagazet. And if you've got the 3 stars from the Rimian Temple treasure chest thing, you can convert it to 1 MP cost. And if she's got double cast by then, oh,
Shitting in tall cotton, man.
shitting in tall cotton, yes. White man be shitting in tall cotton. So anyways, Kimari's gonna do the same old thing that everybody else is doing. Go into this MP by 20. Let me zoom back in. And then proceeding most likely onto the silence attack. Skipping. I don't bother with zombie attack. You know, like the whole idea of making zombies and then curing them to death, it's fun. But if I want to do that, I'll make a zombie strike weapon. You know, it's just it's a pretty big diversion. The magic by 4 points is tempting, you know. But if those two weren't 2-pointers, then the whole thing would be worthwhile. You know? But because those two are only 2-pointers, I don't even unlock this until the end of the game, and I just need that for space. Anyways. When it comes to Lulu, it's a little more tempting because she's magic focused, but it's, you know, for one, you don't have a level 3 key sphere, chances are by this point. And then even if you did, taking her 1-2 moves out the way, and then a 3rd move to get back, when you're really just trying to get to this, where's the enriched zone for her? You're trying to get here. Okay, let me go ahead and get to Lulu. But Kamari, you can take him up to Magic Break and that Strength by 4 and the extra HP up here is pretty damn useful. But usually I just take him straight along the path with the attacks and the busters. I never cross through here with the level 1. That's just too many different places out of the way. But anyways, Kamar usually winds up becoming my first Entruster and my first Sentinel. Now Lulu starts right here. I immediately start moving her towards Lancet. Get these attributes. I sometimes do, sometimes don't get the strength, depending on whether I want to throw my teddy bears at people.
Which is more fun than you would imagine.
Yeah, the little cactus guy and the little teddy bears, they're fucking hilarious, I think. Especially the Onion Knight. He walks up and just cuts a motherfucker. Oh. By the time you get to the Onion Knight, Lulu's strength is very useful, because the Onion Knight ignores defense. And of course, bringing her up through Steel and Use, through Riku's stuff. But unlike the other people, stopping her at Luck just to get the agility, then going back. I have sometimes gotten her the null abilities, but I stopped doing that. Yuna and Riku, them two with the null abilities is generally enough. However, if you like to stand and fight without switching your battle team around, this can be pretty useful. Because you can just whoop Seymour's ass with Lulu and Yuna. And having Lulu, Riku, and Yuna all with the null abilities pretty much guarantees you an easy time with that Seymour battle, you know? And then of course it comes in handy throughout the game. Just because there are times when you get in a bind and something's about to burn you or something, you know? This thing's about to use fire on me. And if the people who have the null abilities have already gone, you're shit out of luck. But that all depends on whether or not you want to play that cautious or whatever. I'm not planning on playing that cautiously this time around, so I'm not going to worry about it. 1 second, please.
Alright,
Alright, good to see you. Alright. So, lovely, friendly neighbors.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Those are epic, aren't they?
They're like Arabic. They're not epic, they're... And then the kid comes through here with the baggiest pants I've ever seen outside of an MC Hammer video. Anyway. Okay, so... Where the hell were we? Lulu! So, sorry about the interruption. Back to Lulu. We're going to take her up through to Luck to get this 4 points of agility. She's got plenty of magic defense, and she's going to more than max out of it on the board. You just don't need that. Don't need that. She's got plenty of mana. You're never going to run out of mana. If you make the freaking 1 MP cost weapon, especially, you're definitely never going to run out of mana. Just, no, don't bother. Right. Okay. Then she comes back. May or may not grab this. Stopping there if she does, because, again... she's gonna get plenty of this stuff. Okay. But then it's like this being such a indecisive point. You know, those are 3 points. They're not 4 points. If they're 4 points, I'd be like more apt to do this whole thing, right? Just to get to those. But because they're only 3 points, I'm tempted to go here and no further, and because I'm only going there and no further, it's like, why bother do it at all? So I just move Lulu at this point back through her own crap. Okay. And like I said, the zombie attack crap, just leave it alone. It's out of the way. Lulu does not need to do anything up here except for grab that HP and that magic, which she can do, stopping either way. I usually, you know, break the 1 and land here to grab aim for her. I think I've only really used that fighting Yojimbo too early, and I don't remember whether I was even successful. I think I beat him with like my last summon that I had. I don't know if I'd call that successful. It was like more like skin of my teeth. But anyways, so Lulu, having grabbed these extra spheres, the ones from the Ochu battle and the magic by 4, and then that magic by 3 is gonna have some pretty decent power. You're not gonna more than likely have that open to be a temptation, but I don't think those 2 points are worth the sidetrack. Once you get this agility, you want to just terrace it back to her shit, so she can get as quickly as possible down to the Iras. Namely, Fyra and Watera. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3 would be all that you move to backtrack if you wanted to go and grab a couple things here. You have life, magic by 3, most importantly the agility by 3 right there, and the HP. I'm always tempted to just take a little sidetrack. But what's more important is getting Watera. Because without Watera, when you get to the Thunder Plains, you're not going to be able to overkill anything without Ixion. Or Veilfur, but you have to steal enough or use all your fish scales giving Veilfur Watera. But then, being as Veilfur is not immune to lightning and doesn't have unlimited mana, there's only a couple of times where you're going to be able to use Veilfur for the overkill in the Thunder Plains with the Watera before there's nothing more to do. So you get her down to Watera. Then you can just backtrack a little bit, grab the agility, come over here, grab the life, because, you know, who wants to be spending money on Phoenix Downs? And I will get sometimes, possibly, sometimes Riku. Life and Prey. Okay. Coming through here, same as Yuna's. And then take her through here and make her a medic. And get her protect and everything else. And then send her, instead of getting the black magic after the white magic, sending her back up this way to resume her path. So Waka will come down this way after getting mugged, and then Riku will come back up this way. Now, Auron, I'm weird about how I do Auron. Really? Really?
Yes, I turned into a 2-year-old for 5 seconds.
A 12-year-old. I don't know what kind of perverted 2-year-old you're around, but...
I peopled a lot today.
Yeah, okay. I'm picturing Baby Herman from Roger Rabbit. Anyways, so Auron... Say my name, say my... Oh, okay. Auron starts over here. And it's tempting to get him the HP because it's sitting right there, right? Don't get the fucking HP. He's got plenty of HP. What are you, a moron? Guard? Has anybody ever actually used Guard? I don't think so. I've never, like, you know, like, seen a point to it. I think I might have used it just to see what it did, and then like, oh, well, that's pointless. But, you know, it's like a character ability. It's like, he's a guardian, he guards. It's the thing that he does. It's like, theoretically, like, Yuna. Oh, Yuna's out there. You'd want him to, like, guard Yuna. So Yuna doesn't get hurt, because she's Yuna. Oh, she's a frail little flower. But when it all comes down to it, it's completely useless in battle. Just there's no opportunity in which you're like, I can't just throw her a potion or something, you know?
She's a little flower.
I'm gonna guard instead. Maybe it should be garden. And it could be like gardening, and like he could grow some Gishel greens. Do you need Gishel greens? I don't even think you need Gishel greens in this game. Anyway, so they made it guard. And I'll, you know, what about Auron and his green thumb? It's a talent of his that goes unused now. He could be growing us the finest tomatoes in Italy. I mean, Spira, where are we? Anyways, so the weird thing that I do about Auron, other than philosophize about his useless abilities, is I collect the extractors with him. Because the first thing that I'm going to do in the monster arena is go after that Kodos man. That Kodos is going to give me lots of spheres that I need to level up my Aeons. And I like to level up my Aeons before I level up my characters too much, because that makes it a lot easier to level up your Aeons. Once you have Yuna maxed out, you'll be spending 80 spears per point to level up your Aeons. But early on, when the Aeons are relatively low level, you can add those points to them, and then when Yuna gets maxed out, they have those extra points, and it works out rather nicely. You wind up being able to have Aeons that can stand against Nemesis for a few turns. Dingo, go on. Coffee is the water of life. So anyways. Now Aaron, he is horribly lacking in the magic department. Magic defense sucks. His magic sucks. His agility sucks too. But we've taken care of that by taking him up. Instead of going straight down, we go up a little. We grab the agility right there. He's got good physical defense. We're not worried about that. It's an option, but I'm not really worried about it this time, because I need the extra expediency. I need the extra. I need that speed to be, that pace to be compensated for. Because I'm going to be going and getting the extract speed. I'm going to go ahead and get the magic by 3 points, just because it's there, just so I don't have to go back. I'm not going to clear sphere that, it's 3 points. I only clear sphere the 1s and 2s. Going to come down here, and then once again we're going to sidetrack over here, get the extract power. Come back. Straight down. No dark attack. We're going to get the extract mana. We're going to come back and go through here and go through here. And then by the time Arn gets right here, he will likely have the level 2 key sphere, but you need to proceed with him to the mana, get that 2-point strength, the agility, then go up and proceed through Ishigo's stuff, and then you can choose from there whether to diverge. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Go from there through this level 1 area back to his position. You can also come through here, get accuracy, and count and see if it's worthwhile just to backtrack through there. It's really like there's a tedious number of freaking moves either way. But that's the quickest way to get to this 4-point strength. And then eventually another 4-point strength, which gives him an early power advantage. The next 4-point strength available, oh no, that's a 3-point strength. There's a 4-point strength. See, it takes a while to get to another 4-pointer. But anyways, then Arn proceeds down there to Sentinel and Trust. And that's everyone. So, no special anything on the weapons yet. I get the slow touch for Titus, mostly because I like the way it looks. And I mean, I really like the way that weapon looks. That's a cool looking weapon. I get him the metal shield for this battle in Luca, just because at that point I really don't have another shield for him, and the HP plus 5% is just so very useless. I mean, 3% defense is pretty much useless, but it makes me feel a little better. She's got her Seeker's Ring and a Wild Wisdom, of course. I get him a 3%. He's got the Ice Strike Sensor Ball. Didn't really have anything else. Kamari, I'll use the red armlet instead of buying the 3% physical. You know, he can take the physical damage, and then if it happens to be that the Earth Eater, or whatever it's called, Chocobo Eater, happens to cast his little magic spells, Kamari will be a little bit protected. I don't know. But eventually I'm gonna, like, basically sell this because it's too damn tempting. In fact, I'm tempted to just put that freaking HP plus 5 on there and do it right now, but, well, whatever. I don't really have anything I need to spend money on right now. So, Lulu has the Seeker's Bangle on, and I guess that's fine for her for now. She's got plenty of HP now that she's made it into the little center section where we've dropped all the... You get your extra HP by 300 right there. And then if she does the Riku stuff, she's gonna have plenty of HP. So Aaron, no bracer. He's got plenty of HP. Not worried about defending him. I do always go ahead and buy that strength plus 3% weapon in Luca. Just because, why not? Why not take the extra damage points? It's worth the money. What the hell do you need the money for? So, Kamari, of course, weapons-wise, he and High Road, in order to overkill everything starting out, you gotta have Kamari. And you gotta get this weapon. You gotta make your way in this first area in me and High Road. There's the old man in the yellow jacket, and then there's the little chick, and they both give you something. And then there's like this younger looking guy with the long hair, with the blue shirt thing. He gives you this weapon right here. Hunter Spear plus 10%. And those hard-shelled guys that they show you the little cutscene where only Arn can kill them. Well, only Kamari can overkill them. And with this weapon. So when it comes to leveling up your whole team, what I often do is I will kill the eyeball and the element, leaving the hard shell guy. I don't know what he's called on this one, a Halma or a, I don't know, fucking armadillo. Let's just call him an armadillo. Kill the armadillo. Oh, that's not nice. I like armadillos. What?
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 So before it wrecks your car.
Before it wrecks your car.
So out here they do that.
Leave the hard shell guy, like skip, turn, or steal from him. And then use your other members of the team, skip them. and then kill with Kamari, overkilling that thing, and you get, I think, like 5 more AP points or something like that per each battle, and that helps you level up, because at this point you're only like 40 or 50 AP points per level, something like that. I think I'm, underestimating, but I'm underestimating on both of those factors, so it's proportionally accurate. Anyways, her magic plus 3%. It seems like it's the difference between overkilling these elements a little bit earlier, and certainly gives you an overkill with, of course, very important, with, of course, this whole idea of leaving everybody in place and starting in the center so that they can gather the stuff that you get from Luca, the HP and the magic, by 4. And of course going up here and getting that little 2 point also helps. The bombs. 1 hit with Kamari or Waka with the ice strike, and then Lulu Blizzard. Those bombs get overkilled. Good AP with that. But for now, and for all the little boss battles, you're going to be using your Aeons. Now, I just want to show what a 2-year-old I can be. I just typed the first thing that came to mind both times. Wingnut and so it's Valefer and Ifrit. Valefer's freaking wings and it's crazy looking, so Wingnut, right? And Ifrit. Just, I don't know why, I farted, just came to mind. I apologize. I'm a moron. What can I say? Anyways. What the hell is going on here? I didn't think I had the little black line on this side, but oh well. Anyways, so before I end the broadcast, I will go ahead and fight the Chocobo Eater. Oh look, there I got a level 1 key sphere. Let's talk, everybody. I woke up for nearly nothing. You want me to buy you something? There's so many things I want. I can't decide what to get. Say, will you buy something for me? No, you buy me something. Buy it yourself. I'm not your mom. Alright. But before I proceed, I want to talk about the last little point of advice I need to give you to get attack reels early on. You don't need ROP. You don't. It's basically just a waste of money. Who you need? 2 people. You need Jumal. He's your goalie, and you will find him sitting at the little shops area where the bar is, where Kamari gets in the fight with his brother. Okay, out there sitting by the fountain with his wife and his dog. Okay, and like the little girl running around. That's Jumal. He's got a little yellow shirt. He's sitting down. He's your goalie. Hire him for 5 games. Then, as you're continuing to walk back to get the Jupiter crest and the second locker on the right, back in the Aurochs locker room, after you've done the whistling scene, after Aaron has told Yuna that Titus can be a guardian and stuff, you need Wedge. Wedge is a terrible freaking beast. He can shoot like nobody's business. Horrible passer. You need to develop your strategy around never having to pass from him. But he can generally, once he gets a little bit leveled up, break through and shoot over a good number of blockers. Like it'll take the Guado to block one of his passes. It'll take the Albetta tackle. But pointing at your watch and making me feel nervous. I keep seeing you do this. Okay, don't do that. So anyways, you have Tedious and Wedge as your 2 forwards. Letty, your existing quarterback or center. Yeah, he's a passer. You don't need your center to be shooting at this point. You just need him to be able to pass. He's just fine. He's got a good pass. He gets Venom Pass, I think, once his slot opens up, and that's fine for the first few games. Jasu is actually pretty decent because he's quick. And in the first game, when you're leveling up Titus, you're going to use him over and over again. So chances are he's already leveled up at this point. And he's going to be quick and he's going to be useful. He doesn't come with any abilities, but if you can learn some abilities for him, he becomes very useful in these first few games. And the other guy, I think, is what? Dotto or Boda? Is Boda? The other guy in the corner, I never really freaking use him. He's just a person to pass to and then pass it back. He does, however, come with good attack and relatively good block, so he's worth leaving in there. He actually comes with better attack than Rop does, not as good a block as Rop does. So when it comes down to it, if you want to wait till this point and hire Rop to replace that one guy, if you got the gil, go ahead. You know, I got the gil. I'm gonna go ahead. And we're going to do it for 4 games. And I went and hired useless people just because I was being stupid. Trying to, this time around, have a higher, the agent rating. You get your agent leveled up by hiring and firing more players. But, Zealots and Rop are the only 2 people that are close to useful. Chamois and Shu are the other 2 quote-unquote best people in the area at Luca, but they're shooters. When you have Titus and Wedge, what the hell do you need them for? So, I don't care. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of both of them eventually, but I'll just get rid of the shoe for now. She's slower. I'm not gonna use either of them. And let's go ahead and do this battle. I think there's gonna be a couple of more little tiny cutscenes first.
Sorry?
Victor-san.
Ah, forgive me, sir. I meant to say pardon me, but it came out in Albed.
Oh, you're in Albed.
I am Rin, owner of this establishment.
Alright. Now, I think Rin just mistook him for an Albed because he kind of looks like an Albed. You notice, there's not a lot of blonde Yevonites. Most of the blonde people in the game are Albed. Now, the Albed are from basically a civilization that was decimated by Yevon. Zanarkand was decimated by Yevon. So the Albed are probably most likely the remnants of Titus's people, the people from Zanarkand.
Hello to Satwi.
Huh?
It means nice to meet you.
Ah, well, helly do sad we to you too.
If you are interested, Albed primers can be found all over Spira. Finding them and learning our language might be fun. Here, let me give you one in commemoration of our meeting. Although you might want to be careful where you speak our language.
I already have
I hear
all of them.
Albed aren't liked much. Oh, sorry.
Adeki Krisa.
Someone help! The chocobos!
The Chocobos!
That's our cue. Let's go.
Huh?
Oh, thank you for your help. Please, use this.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. You okay there? Okay, so we got our agility crew up front. Let's get her done. Yeah, I just said that, didn't I?
To the chocobo corrals.
Get her done. That sounds like it goes together. To the Chocobo Corral. Get her done. Now, how are people supposed to really know what a corral looks like? It's the little fenced funneling area behind the barn. First things first, Haste. I'm going to haste Waka first. And here's why. Now, if I wanted to use Waka for the overkill, I could have just played the Blitzball League, and then the tournament would have opened up, played 3 tournament games, and I'd have probably got attack reels. But I don't have attack reels right now, so Waka's overdrive gauge, if we use it, we're just going to use it for fun. But This guy here can one-hit Titus and two-hit pretty much everybody else. So we need to power break him. And see if this takes Dark Attack. Now we're in good shape. So, just to make sure he's feeling nice and humble, we're going to try to do a fire element reels on here. Maybe the teenager wants to help me. You going to do element reels? Fire. We want fire. Sweet. Good job. Ooh, 1,500, not
Attack
bad.
now! Push it back!
Push it back. Push it back. Way back. Attack after you're done hasting everybody. Like, he doesn't have any skills, does he? Alright, his darkness has faded. His power break is still intact. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. He's gonna run out of HP before I finish having fun on it. Aww. Okay. Well, don't distract me. Oh! Well, so much for overkilling him. I may have accidentally whooped a little too much ass. Yeah. But it still counted as an overkill. Cool, I got 2 level 1 key spheres. How about that? And a yellow bracer, which will be handy at the Thunder Plains.
Have you an interest in renting some chocobos?
Not really.
As a token of our gratitude, the first time is free of charge.
Oh, well, in that
Please,
case.
ask the attendant if you wish to rent.
Thank you so much for saving the chocobos.
You're welcome so much. Okay, so I guess, but that's all, folks.
Oh, hello.
We're gonna get us a
No charge this
chocobo
time.
and ride on out of here. Collect all the treasure chests in the lower road and be on our merry way. Now, I hope if you're a fan of this game and you've been looking for different ways to play it here and there and trying to advance your understanding of the sphere grid, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope it makes your characters powerful and vigilant and awesome and terrifying, and I hope you kick many asses and take many names and kick many names in the asses and stuff like that. So, live long and prosper. Y'all take it easy, don't take it all. Don't forget to click that like button for me. And thanks for watching the Easy Reefers Final Fantasy X semi-useful advice videos. Later, y'all. Peace.